Beautiful, beautiful. Hit that thumbs up for this beautiful Lilith mantra. All hail Lilith, all hail my mama. right. Hold on, y'all. I'll get started in just a minute. Oh, I didn't know my phone was right behind me. Oh, you know what? That sends tingles down my spine when I hear that. I'll link that for you guys if you guys are a follower of Lilith. So this is High Priestess Jamila, and we're not gonna put too much emotion into this discussion, to be honest with you. But I wanted to, as somebody that literally, I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to love and romance, I am literally in a Harlequin romance book, like just my entire love life, just the passion, the emotion, you know what I'm saying? I love it. It is something, you know what I'm saying? And feel free to chat, you guys, when y'all start coming in here. So, we can say that it's the Bible, okay, would be one reason. And we could also say that it's slavery as to why. And this is for my people that y'all been going through it with y'all family. It seemed like your family, they keep everybody in limbo. And, it feels like you want to be in the Harlequin romance book, and the family is doing something different. You know what I'm saying? And they acting crazy. I'm gonna tell you the real reason was at the root of the problem, especially with Black Americans, okay? Because there's a lot of Black women, if they search for Black men, they will go to other continents to get a Black man. And white women too. If you like Black men, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Because, I never, because I dated one white man. He was a Baldwin. He was absolutely gorgeous. But, it just at the end of the day, I am who I am. But the real main reason that's at the root of the problem with the Black community is that they don't think that they can have shit. They don't actually believe that they can have anything. Even some of them that practice witchcraft. And I really think it's because if you look at images of people in love, they've made a lot of movies about, Black people in love, just, whether or not they're in love with a Black person or another white person. There was a movie with Nia Long. I think it was The Best Man Part 2 or something. And Nia Long was actually dating a white man in that movie. And the white man wanted her to, he wanted to feel needed. And most men want to know that you need them, they do. But me alone, she was just like, I can't tell you that. So black women, for the most part, they not gonna break down and say, I need you, I love you. They not gonna really. Black women have a problem with telling the person how they feel. So the emotions is cut off. It's a lot of black women running around here taking high blood pressure medicine because their heart is damaged. Their heart is damaged by their own family. If you feel like a damaged black person or a damaged black woman, it was your own family that did it to you. Society didn't necessarily do that to you because there's people out there, myself included, that I am very loving and accepting of all people. If you throwing bad energy at me, if you throwing shade at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come at you. But other than that, as long as you're being respectful of me, then I don't have a problem with you. Okay? I don't care what race you are. But, I am saying this because, there's a lot of black people, in particular in America, that walk around with a chip on their shoulder. And they do. And that's why they're not able to enjoy the holiday season. They would rather be in a miserable state of existence instead of celebrating with Jamila, because Jamila gonna be celebrating, okay? Jamila gonna be celebrating because God is good and God has been good to me. And so that's why they can't celebrate the holidays. They can't be in that holiday spirit. They can't really have that holiday cheer because they're under the pressure. And this has nothing to do with the ancestors. Your ancestors were pagan. They celebrated the solstices. All of your ancestors are going to be celebrating the solstices while you have made up your own, religion. You've made up your own religion that cuts you off from all of these wonderful energies that are meant to help you travel through ascension. You see what I'm saying? And so, for me, I think it's important to trigger the black community. And I think that some people need to be triggered and they need to be told the truth. Because it happens a lot. Like a lot of y'all black women, y'all are so depressed and lonely. Like I feel you. And I'm the type of person that I'll cry with you. But you only hurting yourself. That's all you're doing. The loneliness, the isolation. You're isolated from your children. You don't even want to show love to your own children. Some black people, some black women in particular, So as far as the black woman, I know exactly what's going on with the black woman. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside because it's beauty is within the eye of the beholder. And when it comes to being a black woman, for me, I have always been an outsider to the black community. But I feel like an outsider to most people. Like it's only certain personality types that I really get along with. Like you got to be one of them people that, for real though, because I think that I carry a lot of anger from like my mother and like a few people in my family and then other people because I'm an empath. So sometimes I can carry anger. But other than that, I got over a lot of my personal pains and struggles. And trust me, there have been many. I have not had an easy life just because I'm light skinned or brown or lighter than you or whatever you want to call me. Okay. Because my skin complexion actually changes day to day. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. And I've actually I've seen pictures of me growing up from the age of 0 to 12 years old, and I changed a lot throughout the years. Like in some of my pictures, I was very, very light skinned, and in some of my pictures, I was brown, or not brown, like a caramel color. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like in this picture. Your melanin activates, if you have any in your body, it activates at certain times. For example, sometimes my eyes can just be really dark underneath, and that's my melanin, that's in my body, and it changes, and I don't really necessarily agree with covering that up. And that's why I kind of stopped wearing makeup. Like I'm trying to let my face adjust to not wearing makeup. And then also getting used to seeing yourself without makeup is very important. Okay, it is. It's very important to do that. Now I will wear eyeshadow and bronzer. I like to wear bronzer and eyeliner, but as far as like covering up, and I mean, if you're really tired, like for me, like all last month in November, I didn't really get a lot of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really stressed out in November because of this man, and he's a black man. And does that deter me from love? No. No, many of you guys run from it. You are afraid of the pain that love can cause. Love is supposed to hurt you sometimes, because that's the nature of love. Because if you didn't love that person, you wouldn't be hurting. So, when it comes to love, like I have a really, really deep understanding of love, because I've loved and I've been loved and I've been in love, and each time I fall in love, I fall even deeper, because I'm just one of those hopeless romantics, you know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing that you have to be embarrassed about. You don't have to be embarrassed about admitting that you're lonely and that you want love. You don't have to be embarrassed about saying that. We're all human. But so many people are used to shutting their emotions off completely. And you're not doing nothing but doing yourself a disservice. You doing yourself a disservice. So the black community is messed up with that, and you can even tell because there's 3 upvotes. I haven't voted yet, but there's 3 upvotes and 4 downvotes, because when it comes to love and when it comes to unearthing their ability to love and to connect to their intimate side, they get angry. A lot of it, if for some reason it happens, and I don't worry about it, because if you sit and you worry about shit, you can really do a lot of harm to your mind, body, and your spirit. A lot of y'all are suffering because you were sort of raised to be a race soldier, which is sad. A lot of black men and a lot of black women. What makes you think you're any different from the Taliban that raises those children to be suicide bombers? You're no different. You give up your life anyway. You might as well go and attach a bomb to yourself and blow yourself up. You might as well. That's all y'all doing anyway, blowing yourselves up. So trust me, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And the only way the black community hates itself so much, or black people have so much self-hatred in America, that other people that hate black people don't want them to see the truth. And this is the reason why Tupac had to get up out of here, because he was spreading too much truth to the black community. And so anybody that's speaking the truth or trying to create any kind of healing in the black community is under attack, if you speaking that real shit to the black community about self-love. Okay, a lot of y'all are scared to even put up channels with the person that you love. You scared to do that. And there are black couples that are vloggers. I saw a really beautiful video by a black couple where she was singing the Beyonce song, Drunken, was it? No. Dangerously in Love, and she was singing it to him. They're a very, very popular couple on YouTube, it seems. Um, so when you see y'all going around and y'all doing a lot of the stuff that y'all are doing, it's obvious. And see, a lot of the black women that are on YouTube, I done seen you before. I've seen copies and replicas of you before. You ain't no different than they not doing anything any different than what they're doing in the black community. And this happens in all communities actually. I swear it's not just black people. It's not. Let me just point that out. I talk to white people that go through that. I talk to Latino people that go through that. I talk to Asian people that go through that. I talk to Native American people that go through that. But it's heavily, heavily condensed in the black community or even in the poor community. But mainly the black community. So, family members, the great grandma want to break you up. She doing hoodoo and shit to break you up. And you got to be strong out here. You do. You can't be weak out here when it comes to your own people. And I'm not talking about your ancestors. Because trust me, if it were not for your ancestors, you would not be here today to even tell the tale. You wouldn't. So a lot of people say, I got bad ancestors. No, it's the people that are on this earth right now living that are attacking you. Okay. And if you legitimately have an ancestor that is doing you dirty, then it's probably because there's some kind of spiritual war and you have to talk to that ancestor. You have to appease its spirit. Okay. Especially if it's a witchy spirit. Okay, I do this for a living. I get paid big bucks to do this, to tell people what the fuck is wrong with them. And typically when I tell people what's wrong with them and I do the work for them, the situation, I'm talking about when you're working on self. Hey, J Dub, hello. So, and for some reason, the black community is heavily targeted because we got people out there that are still ignorant enough to be running around here thinking that we living in slave days and we supposed to be sacrificing black folk. And then there's still people out there that's dumb enough to believe that you have to do human sacrifice, which is totally fucking preposterous. And that, that just, yeah. They don't want to show affection. But what I found is that actually black men, I've never dated a black man that wasn't affectionate. So, it's a lot of fronting and a lot of capping. They're very affectionate and they can be very romantic people in real life, not the front that some of them put up on YouTube. And then a lot of people think, let me do something foolish to get attention. And that's, that is what it is. I mean, I feel like it's all relative to spirit. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree that they don't like to show public affection for one another. Typically, they don't like to do that. Okay. And love is love. When you love somebody, you're going to show you love them. And you're going to be, and you know what, when it comes to pride and everything, I feel like when you operate that way, you really don't have no pride. Like they claim that you know what they'll do if you a black person, nighty night, that's able to show love for other people, they'll tell you that you something wrong with you. They'll tell you it's something wrong with you because you're able to show love for other people. But in my opinion, I think that it takes a strong person to show love. It takes a strong person to tell the truth. It takes a strong person to speak their truth. Okay. So, they are afraid to speak how they really feel, even though they have the feelings. And what they do is they oppress or they suppress those feelings because they feel like that's going to make them weak. But in my opinion, I feel like that's the opposite to pride. That's just like with the gay pride. And see, a lot of black people adapted to that. But you got to be proud to love yourself first. So, everybody skipped to the gay community and they had pride, but people got that confused because people fall under influence really easily. But I think that black people need to start showing love for their children, start showing love for your family. You know what I'm saying? Start showing love. It's so weird, but and they hate to see any kind of love. They feel like they about to have a heart attack or a stroke, and it's gotten worse. To the point where they're just at war every single day with themselves. And so this is why black people come to me to get healed from that, because whatever it is that's telling you to do that, it's just using the fact that you're black against you. It doesn't have anything to do with you being black. It's just the fact that um, well, first of all, a lot of these folks on YouTube, if y'all go by some of these YouTubers, y'all in trouble. Some of these people on YouTube, like some of these influencers on YouTube, y'all can't really go by that, especially a lot of these vloggers that degrade and demean black men, or black women, and they do it for a living. Like, that's what they do. That's just what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that right now around Christmas time, I know that that's going to be one of my things that I'm going to be working on is, what I'm saying, being able for, what I'm saying. And I've always been shown love by, like, the black men in my real life. They do anything I ask them to do. So I don't have a problem with black people in real life. I think that it's kind of weird, and I'm kind of weirded out by where that is coming from. But I think that they're doing it on their own. I don't think anybody has even asked them to do it. I just think that this is just that self-hatred that they're releasing. And I think that many of us have to take account and see. That's one of the reasons why I don't let them upset me anymore, no matter what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been making back-to-back videos doing this, and it's because they got so much hate. They got to get all that out. And eventually, once they get all of that hate, anger, and rage out, then that's when they can get to being human. Because, and we do see that a lot, in all communities, to where people don't realize that love is your greatest strength, the ability to love. Like, we all learned that in the Poltergeist movie. Y'all know I got my jokes and stuff. Y'all remember what the Native American witch doctor told him? He said, love is going to be your greatest strength. And that is the truth. And the enemy hates that I'm saying that, but it's the truth because they're watching. And the reason why a lot of these black men are so uptight, because I had one of them calling me. He calls me every time I talk about my ex in social media, because they don't think that they can have anything. So if you're someone that's taught that you can't have anything or that you're unworthy, you're going to be uptight and you're going to be upset all the time. But the black community needs to hear this. That's just like when that rapper came out with that song. What is his name? Kendrick Lamar, and the black community was up in arms. I didn't understand. I had no idea why the black community was up in arms about that Kendrick Lamar song. No idea. The one where he said, I'm tired of the what did he say? He said he tired of the silicone and the fake. He wants the stretch marks and he wants the real. Well, I felt him on that, but for some reason, the black community, they started attacking Kendrick Lamar. I didn't understand that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? Another thing, 99, is that they have to remember that you are an adult now. So, I've been sexually abused before, and I wasn't sadistically abused, but I think that I have an understanding of that. So I actually heal people of sexual abuse problems. I heal sexual abuse victims. You just can't become codependent. Because I'm a healer, this is one of the reasons why all of my exes are stalking me. All of them. That's where a majority of those thumbs downs are coming from. Because they feel that in order for them to have control, they have to block off your ability to understand love on a frequency, on a vibrational level. But they just those are my sons, basically, is who they are. So eventually they gonna have to listen. And they just being bad, and they're also being what's the word that I'm looking for? They feel like a woman can't tell them nothing, but they gonna have a totally different attitude soon. I can tell you that. By the way, y'all hit the thumbs up as y'all come in. That's the reason why, and I agree with you, Nighty Night, because that's the reason why you got a lot of black women that they have this thing about themselves to where, they want to shut off love, and healing is hard. I can tell you that healing the heart chakra is the hardest thing because it hurts, and sometimes it makes you feel like you're going to die. The medications that they take and stuff, those things are just masking the symptoms. It's not getting down to the root of the problem. So when it comes to heart disease, I've cured people of heart disease, like high blood pressure, chest pains. I've healed myself of congestive heart failure. So all of these diseases, with that's what they are. Disease is decease. Decease is just like death. A person that's deceased. Okay, so a lot of the illnesses, I have a deep level of understanding because I am a medical intuitive as well. So, and of course, if you're an actual healer that can heal people of disease, you're going to definitely be a medical intuitive because you're going to be able to sense a disease. And it's not the point of staying away from people that necessarily have diseases, but it's about, developing the ability to heal others. But if people don't accept your healing, the only thing that you can do, you can't get upset about it. It's just like when I talk about certain stuff and people don't understand me, I don't get upset about it. I don't get upset if I do a video that is totally the truth and I don't have no thumbs up. I don't give a damn if I'm the only person that thumbs it up. I'll go thumbs my stuff up from all of my accounts. It's still the truth. I'm not going to sit up here and lie about it. So I'm not the type of person that bends and folds like that. You know what I'm saying? When it's something that I believe in, I'm like a rock about that. And I can't be penetrated or broken. Okay. You have to be that way, especially guys. I have to travel to the underworld for a lot of different reasons. Like just in my everyday practice, if I do certain work for you, I have to communicate with the dark side, which is not as scary as it used to be. It used to be really scary. I think that's one of the hardest things to get through, because they contract out chakras, of course. Even sometimes in Hollywood, they can steal your voice because, so some of y'all that have like a very, very suppressed ability to sing, because I know I can sing. In fact, I've recorded myself singing before, and I actually have a really, really good singing voice, but I smoke cigarettes and stuff. And, eventually I'm going to quit. I'm supposed to be quitting next year. So, yeah. So, and it's a lot of black people that, they're under that curse of eugenesis to where they get pregnant, they gonna go and have an abortion. And my grandma used to tell me, my big mama, she used to tell me that, If you abort hey, I swear to God, I love both of my grandmas. Both of them was the same exact way. My grandmother on my mother's side, she didn't believe in abortion, and neither did Big Mama. And she told me, she said, don't, she just, for some reason, she sat down, and I didn't even ask her about no abortion. I was a little kid, and she sat down and she said, don't ever abort your babies. She said, because when you abort your babies, you're still a mother. You're just a mother to a deceased child, is the way she explained it to me. And when I got older and became a mother, and then also coming into my spiritual gifts and realizing that I'm a medium, I realized that she was telling the truth. And so the reason why older people say that is because you still have to deal with the spirit of that child. So I also heal women's wounds from abortion. Okay, because when you do that, you don't know who's giving you that abortion. You don't know the person that's performing the abortion, especially if it's an invasive procedure. Like if you have to actually get on the table and have them extract your baby. And I've heard horror stories, because and I want to encourage all women, don't go up there and do that, because they're gonna rip your uterus apart. You know, it's the past life regressions that we're having right now is to where, you know, back in the day, they would butcher you literally when you had an abortion, and they went back to that, because I've heard of women recently being butchered on that table. And, you know, the child is a sacrifice, and the child is still going to communicate with you. I don't care how many drinks you have per day, you still got to, you know, deal with that. You still got to deal with that. Okay. So, you know, and that's one of the things that I help people heal from. And you know, when I think back about the older women in my family, you know how a lot of y'all will say that your parents and your grandparents didn't teach you witchcraft, but they actually did with some of the things that they were saying about you or saying to you. They were teaching you, but they couldn't actually teach you. They taught you in other ways. So a lot of the wisdom that I got from the ancestors, and I can feel them, y'all, the ancestors are here. I've been feeling my ancestors. It's a lot of ancestors. That's why it's so damn cold outside, because they done set in. And it's even stronger than even around Salwayne. I feel the ancestors stronger than what I felt at Salwayne. And so that's why this, like, I'm so excited, y'all, about the altar that we're setting up for the winter solstice. And so everybody's gonna love it. I even ordered gold glitter. So it's gonna be a beautiful display of magic. Unicorns, reindeer, and then we even got Santa Claus. Santa Claus is a deity depicted as the North Pole. That is why he's white with a white beard. Okay, not to say that black people wasn't on the North Pole or in the North. There's a lot of black people in the North, you know, but, you know, where black people originated in the South, Africa is, you know, located in the South region, right? If I'm not mistaken, I don't really, I just, for me personally, I haven't done a lot of traveling. And I want to. I feel that I should, and I am going to, you know, but I don't want to travel alone. That's no fun. That's no fun. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather travel I'd rather travel with family, you know? So, and I'm just really trying to spread a lot of love to my family, in particular my blood relatives, because I already know what's going on with every single one of them, you know, because I know all of them. And then also, you know, dealing with YouTube, yeah, it's not the easiest task, but you know, I've been managing it, you know, along with my other responsibilities as a witch, you know. So, because I have a lot on my plate right now. But we're gonna, like, I was able to order the stuff, and you know what? I didn't have to spend a lot of money on it. We're gonna, slowly add stuff, because especially when we go towards Christmas, I got some more stuff that's coming for Christmas. And but we actually got a deal on a lot of the stuff. So the investment portion of it, I didn't have to spend a lot of money, but we're going to get a huge return on the investments that you guys have made. Okay, because here's the thing, we don't have an actual real reindeer in the house, even though there's probably deers running around me, because I'm in a rural, I'm in a rural area, or what do you call that? It's a lot of nature around me where I'm at, so it's deers and stuff around here. I know it is. And so, but as a witch, even though it's a artifact or it's an ornament, it's not an ornament. It's actually, the Santa Claus that we got is 13 inches, so it's pretty big. The gold Santa Claus that we got, and the reindeer, they're tea light holders, and they are so adorable. And then the unicorns, they are like statuettes of unicorns. Okay. And so, as a witch, what we do is we consecrate the item, and we consecrate it as far as the energies that it's going to bring in. And you know what I'm saying? We're able to manifest that energy, And I believe that blacks do believe in magic, but I believe that like a lot of the African American witches that I've seen on YouTube, they're just very dark, which is okay. But a lot of them some of them don't really know how to connect with those energies. And hopefully they'll be able to step it up this year, because, with this merge that we're having, or the conjunction that we're having, it's basically going to be a lot of Christmas miracles. Like, it's going to be huge. And I knew I knew it was something that was supposed to be happening this year. And I didn't even know about it until my sister called me, and told me about it. She sent me an article. I didn't even realize. I mean, I guess I would have realized it eventually, but it's something that only happens every 800. I think the last time it happened was 888 years ago, or something like that. So it is going to be a big deal. And so I think that it doesn't matter what race you are, you have the ability to use magic and to manifest what you want. And you don't necessarily have to create a lot of chaos anywhere, because Black people are being encouraged to bring about chaos. And that's not right. They've been doing it all year, with the riots, and well, not the riots, but y'all know the stuff that's been happening. And, that ain't necessarily, Black people, they love to say, well, it's white folks. No, not really. Not really. That's some of your own people. And yeah, it can be white folks. I know quite a few evil white people. I do. I ain't even gonna lie. But their evil is not my fear. I don't fear that, because evil is knowledge. That's all it is. Anything that is knowledgeable, it's being demonized. Okay. Anything that gives you knowledge. So, but in particular, that is my wish, at least for my own family, so that everybody is just not in turmoil with all these sex demons and stuff, because, it hasn't been creating a whole lot of stability in anybody's community. And we all know that's the truth. We know what creates stability, and it ain't that. And it's not about fronting like you got stability. It's about actually having it. A lot of people have that, including Black people. They have a lot of stability. If you believe that you can have something, you will. So that's the reason why, for some reason, they believe, for generations, Black people have believed that they can't have nothing. So that's the reason for a lot of, dang, I wish that I could get a thumbs down. If you thumbs up already, don't hit the thumbs down, because if I see that 666, I'm gonna have to dig deeper, because if I see 666, I'm gonna get excited. Well, now there's 8 watching. And I think that everybody, because Black people are the light bearers. So I think that Black people lead by example. You see how everybody be even, and we're all the same. That's just like I enjoy looking at. I looked at a music video that was Asian, and they were actually singing real seductively. It's like, they were pop stars, but they were speaking in a different language. And as far as like rap music and stuff, there's Chinese rap music, there's Japanese rap music, there's white rap music. So it's not that they are appropriating the Black culture. It's just that we lead by example. You know, and that's not to say that one group is more important than the other one. I think that we all matter, but I think that when it comes to Black people have a lot more power than they think. And I'm pretty sure that, like, a lot of the Black leaders and the Black legends, I'm pretty sure that they have had this conversation with Black people over and over again. That's how we was able to overcome a lot. And a lot of people would debate that Black folks put themselves in enslavement. So for me, I take responsibility. Now I don't believe I've ever lived as a slave, though. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I don't really connect with that in that way, as far as me actually being a slave. But as a woman, I've been a woman in a lot of my lifetimes, and women have always been, women for thousands of years, including white women, have been the slaves. We got 666. Oh damn. We had a 9. We had a 9. Okay, we're going to see what happens here. Maybe we can get up to 15 viewers, and that'll still give us the 666. So y'all don't even know what 666 means. Y'all think it's something evil. 666 is a very powerful number in this lifetime, because y'all don't really know what it's about. It's really about, because a lot of us are dealing with at least 3 of our past lives, some of us more. So that's why we got sometimes you'll see a repeating number 5, or you see a repeating number 3, you know what I'm saying? So, and those numbers are meant to spark your memory, because there's a lot, numbers are universal. It's a universal language that the angels use. They created numbers, and they taught you how to count. Most of us are born with the ability to count. When you're born, you know how to at least count to the number 2, because your mama has 2 breasts, unless she has 1 breast. But if a human female on the earth had 1 breast, it's because she had to get it cut off, or she didn't have to. She just chose to get it cut off. And y'all know that, like, I get a lot of my information directly from spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's what's up with Black folk. That's why they hate so much. That's why even several months after the relationship is over, they're still hating, because the love is still in the air. But I think that that's going to change. I really do. I believe that that's going to change for a lot of people, because I think that it's a trap. I think that it's a trick, is what it is. And so a lot of, and I don't necessarily get upset about other people in the place that they're at in this journey called life. You can't do that. So I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all. Make sure that y'all join the Yule Circle. Y'all are gonna love it. I'm gonna get everything set up. And then of course I know a lot of y'all gonna join at the last minute too. You know what I'm saying? But that initial blast on the 21st is gonna be fucking amazing. Like literally, I built a mothership. So it is gonna be pretty amazing. And many of you guys are gonna see changes immediately in how you feel, in the circumstances in your life. um, yeah, and then even with your money. Okay, even with your money, you're going to see a difference. Well, if you're an entrepreneur or if you got some sort of channel open for money, you're definitely going to see a huge difference. And so, yeah, so I'm supposed to be meditating, and that's what I've been doing. I've been meditating, and I've been doing a lot of meditation with Metatron as well as Azazel, but I've been working a lot with Lilith because Lilith has been my potion leading up to, she's been my main goddess. I made a candle for her. And I don't know why it went. I think my son had blew it out or something, or maybe a spirit did, but I lit the candle back up and it's burning just fine. So it was strange the way the candle had somehow gotten blown out. I don't know who the hell blew the candle out. May have been a spirit. Spirits will do that. And as long as you're able to light that candle back up and you ain't got to keep relighting it over and over again, you good. Because spirits will do some tricky stuff like that. And when you're doing spell work, especially if you're doing work on somebody else or something that, maybe their spirits may be trying to stop or fighting against the work, their spirits will come through and blow out the candle. So I actually just experienced that. So like strange phenomenons and stuff like that, y'all gonna be seeing a lot of that. Y'all, like, if you like, you should see it, like, you shouldn't be afraid of it. Like, a lot of people start bird boxing when they see, that it is scary to them, but it's not like the movie Bird Box. That's a bad term for me to use, but that's literally how people avoid spirit, is like the bubonic plague. And I done ran across lots of spirits. I had a spirit that lady, this lady on YouTube had sent to me, and it was, I was beefing with her at the time. It was an older lady, and the spirit came through and had a real evil, wicked voice, and it was like, "Do you want your youth and your beauty to annihilate you?" And I was like, "Yeah, thank you." I was like, "Come on, let's go ahead and do it." So sometimes, you just can't be scared. I think a lot of people that die literally sometimes because they got scared to death. That's why y'all be, turning gray and stuff, because you just be scared sometimes. You know, gray hair, ain't nothing wrong with that though. I love gray hair. Like, when I get married, I'm sure my husband is going to be my age. And when his beard starts going gray, that is so sexy to me. One of my favorite older men is Morgan Freeman. Like, I love older men. And so gray hair is not necessarily a bad thing, So if you got a salt and pepper beard, that just, yeah, that's like, that's what's up. Seriously. Go get it trimmed or whatever, trim that stuff up. That's wisdom, So that, yeah, man. I've been feeling extra loving, and I think it's because there's like this energy shift, and so it's going down in 2 days. Let me see where the moon is going to be at on the 21st too, because I don't think I've checked that yet. So on the 21st, We're gonna, oh my God, y'all, this shit is crazy. Y'all are not gonna believe this. I just got chills up my legs. Do y'all know that we're gonna be at a 50% moon on the 21st? Like I can't handle it, and we'll be in Pisces. Wow. So everything is syncing up. That's crazy. So y'all better, I'm telling y'all better do y'all love work and stuff, make sure that you're being very specific for real. And then all manners of love work can be done during this time. Is going to be very powerful, even if it's dark stuff. Mm. I gotta go, y'all. That blew my mind because I had not checked that yet. The moon will be at 50% on the 21st, which represents balance. Somebody wanted that seven. Thank you for the sevens. That's my birth year. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Peace and love. Y'all hit that thumbs up. If y'all need some counseling and some therapy, as far as like with that anger and that hatred and that rage that you feel, you definitely can come to me because I'm a love bug. I am. And I know how to teach folks how to love. I can, because I work on your heart chakra. So if y'all need me, I'm always here. I will see y'all later. Okay. Have a wonderful Saturday. All right. Don't forget to join the circle. All right, y'all. Peace and love.